Many remarkable students and faculty have attended and been employed by the University of South Carolina. Some specifically special alumni and former staff have been honored by monuments commemorating them throughout campus. The leaders of the University of South Carolina tour will highlight the trailblazers, athletes, innovators, and academics who led at the University of South Carolina. Our first stop on our tour is at the grave of James Ryan McKissick. A South Carolina native, McKissick studied journalism at the University of South Carolina and graduated in 1905. He later attended law school at Harvard, which led him to a career as the chief editorial writer in Virginia on the Richmond Times-Dispatch. He eventually returned to South Carolina, where he worked as an editor on the Greenville News, and later the Greenville Piedmont. In 1927, McKissick became a part of the USC staff as he became the Dean of Journalism. And then, in 1936, McKissick became the university's president. As the nation struggled through the Great Depression and World War II, McKissick brought innovation and recognition to the university. Construction on new buildings and the introduction of revolutionary new courses created a new, positive reputation for the University of South Carolina. McKissick was loved by the university, with some students giving him the nickname the Colonel. When McKissick passed of a heart attack in 1944, the student body requested that he be buried on campus. He is the only person to be buried on the grounds of USC. He was laid to rest in front of the South Caroliniana Library, which he played a large role in establishing. In later years, the museum built at the top of the horseshoe was named in his honor. Located on the horseshoe, this plaque is dedicated to author and former USC professor of English, James Dickey. Early in his career, Dickey gained recognition for his poetry and eventually went on to serve as the poet in residence at the Library of Congress. In 1970, Dickey published his first novel, Deliverance. Deliverance became a bestseller and gained wide media attention when it was made into the critically acclaimed film. Dickey taught at USC from 1986 to 1997, and during this time, he created a reputation for himself among students and peers. Dickey was known for his unorthodox teaching methods and erratic behavior. His students recall him showing up to class under the influence of alcohol as he initiated some activity to encourage their creativity and opened their writing. Dickey kept a remarkable library that he requested be donated to the university upon his death. In 1997, 18,000 volumes kept in Dickey's collection and later his own works were acquired by the Irvin Department of Rare Books and Special Collections. Dickey's legacy at USC is commemorated by this plaque, which designates the location of where he wrote his major works as a literary landmark.
Okay.
Within the Arnold School of Public Health, Anne's Garden houses a beautiful bronze statue of doves in motion, named Las Palomas. The garden was established in 2006 by John S. Rainey, who serves as the chairman of the State Board of Economic Advisors, to honor his wife, Anne Edens Rainey. The garden is also dedicated to Rainey's friend and mentor, Norman J. Arnold, who is the Arnold School of Public Health's benefactor. John Rainey earned a law degree from USC in 1965, and Anne Rainey graduated from USC in 1961 with an undergraduate degree. Anne Rainey, who is the creator of Columbia Green, an organization dedicated to bringing beauty to Columbia, has always been passionate about sharing her love for gardening with the world. Las Palomas, which translates in English to the doves, was crafted by nationally recognized sculptor Sandy Scott. The doves are meant to represent hope, as a reference to the multiple instances of doves symbolizing hope in the Bible, according to Rainey. Unfortunately, both John and Anne have now passed, but the legacy of their contributions to the community, as well as their love for each other, will be remembered in Las Palomas. Right outside Thomas Cooper Library, a bronze statue of Richard T. Greener stands with a book by his side. Greener was the first African-American professor at the University of South Carolina, where he taught philosophy, Latin, and Greek. He also made great contributions to the organization and function of the university's library. Greener taught during the Reconstruction era from 1873 to 1877. During this time, USC was one of few Southern universities to allow African American students to enroll and graduate. Greener received his degree from Harvard University, where he was the first African American graduate. He later went on to receive a law degree from USC. After his career at USC, Greener went on to teach at Howard University and also serve as a United States diplomat in Russia. In 2013, sculptor John Hare's design was given approval by the USC Board of Trustees. On February 21st of 2018, the statue was unveiled to the public. Right outside of the Colonial Life Arena, a bronze 8.5-foot statue of former Gamecock basketball star A'ja Wilson stands upon a steel and granite base as she is depicted taking the shot into the air. The statue, which took a year to make, was created by sculptor Julie Rotblat Amrani. This is the first statue of a female athlete on the University of South Carolina's campus. The statue was unveiled on Martin Luther King Day of 2021. A'ja Wilson, from Hopkins, South Carolina, was a very desired recruit by women's college basketball teams across the nation. However, she decided to stay close to home and attend the University of South Carolina. During Wilson's career at USC, she led her team to unprecedented success, with 3 SEC regular season championships and 4 SEC tournament crowns. Personally, Wilson was recognized for her efforts by being awarded the Player of the Year for 3 years and SEC Player of the Year for 2 years. In 2018, Wilson was drafted by the Las Vegas Aces to play in the WNBA, and this past year, she was deemed the Aces' most valuable player. Wilson's talent and ambition will always be remembered and honored at USC and by the world as she continues her career.